How many subscribers? And like 61. That's very slow.
Want to stay at home, want to stay here at Wembley, then England must beat the Czech Republic.
When's the last time England won a couple? 66, yeah.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by
like 55 or something.
England get talking.
Sterling is like I was in Napa when they got it went last World Cup. Yeah. Like that World Cup, man. So the semi-finals, you know, the quarter-final of his birthday. Literally, we went to go to find a pub, yeah. And obviously, I wasn't in, so we've gone driving around the time, like, wasting fair time, yeah. All shops are closed and had no shirts, yeah. JD got like 3XL.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by
Come back there, wasted bare time. Now, everyone's been out on this spot now.
Welcome back to Wembley, which is the stadium that has seen the least goals at Euro 2020. Just now, England will have to change that in order to win the group. And helping Kane tonight will be Bukayo Saka and Jack Grealish. Kane hit by transfer speculation this morning has only scored. Player is back and plays for the first time in 44 days. The Czech Republic have never beaten England at Wembley, but includes 6 players who have played some football in England this season. So Czech and so bad at West Ham, Palace at Bristol City, and 3 more playing in the Europa League. The Slavia Prague who knocked out Leicester before losing to Arsenal over 2 legs. It'll be fascinating to see how the deals with clubmate Thomas Souček tonight. A pairing that has put West Ham on a great path in the last 18 months. And before we start, all the players take the knee. More pertinently tonight, because of the suspension for racist abuse of Andre Kudela, who would have been in the Czech team, but was punished by UEFA. Lee Dixon has been calling for Jack Grealish to start for England at this tournament for a while. You have your wish. What will he bring?
I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought that. I've got a big smile on my face since we found out what the team was. Really looking forward to him providing that spot that England was certainly missing against the Scots. And I do believe he's start waiting to take this tournament by the scruff of the neck. Let's hope so.
Return to the team for Harry Maguire at the heart of the England defence tonight. Welcome return after an absence in which he missed the Europa League final with Manchester United. He did not want to suffer further disappointment by not kicking a ball at this tournament. And he is back tonight alongside John Stones. Might be a little bit harsh on Tyrone Mings, who, as Gareth Southgate has mentioned a couple of times, has been impressive alongside Stones since having to step in to the bridge.
Yeah, sharply. Yeah, sharply.
We're trying to play out from the back. The Czechs are a team that will press play up in phases. They won't do it all night. They'll pick and choose their times to put you under pressure. Wasn't there against Scotland? Here's Luke Shaw. Sterling's made a dart in behind. He was committed.
Go on, look him. There you go. Oh my gosh.
Well, Thomas Ratcliffe came steaming out of his goal. As Vasnik came out, Sterling took full advantage. It was a delightful ball.
Great ball from Shaw, great run as well. What we didn't see against Scotland was that they were too deep at times, and England couldn't get behind. But this time Sterling does get behind, and the goalkeeper's had an absolute nightmare there. He looked like he was going to come. I think if he would have come first time, he would have got the ball. That's very lucky there. And unlucky for Sterling. Once he gets there, you just think that maybe he should hit the target. What a chance.
Well, he did get a hat-trick against the Czech Republic the last time these two met at Wembley. And he's the only England player to have scored so far this tournament.
We're second. We can come in. He's not true. Yeah, have to win.
It's a good start.
This third place business
That back four now.
I thought it was the top two of every
The
group.
Czech all of a sudden
It's
looking at
actually
each other. So we've got runners to deal with.
After the
Not
top two,
everything's in front of you.
it's
The back
four
four
best.
and Germany, when it's all in front of you. You've got to turn the face you
So
are.
imagine, it's 2014, 6. But there's only
24 of
14.
them, the 13.
No, no changes tonight, England, to try and up the tempo, to try and release the handbrake a little bit.
It's
Jack Grealish
2014
putting it back into Maguire. This is Stones.
16 Ukraine. So
Now Grealish. Electricity every time he picks up the ball. Shaw trying to get it back to him. He's shot down by that's a good still out for an England throw.
Thing about Grealish playing that central position. He moved on the left to his natural position, not just over to the centre of the pitch for Sterling.
They do 3 times in the week.
They never won a game. I don't think they won a game in 90 minutes. Yeah, in 9 minutes they won it on extra time.
So Czech together for the first time.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then obviously
This is Rice under pressure from his club mate.
Yeah, they've got.
The big calls for Gareth Southgate to make this evening. Leaving
When they won
searching goal.
just
getting back to that fantastic. Attackers been aggressive in training and pushed his
the goal went in.
Also again, that Czech fullback, Jan Borgil, a torrid night when Arsenal knocked out Slavia Prague in Prague. So much so the fullback was taken off at the break. It was also the last time that the player Saka scored a goal for Arsenal before the end of the season.
Well, he's got everything as a player. He's got no weaknesses. He's strong all round. He's a good runner. Sees the game as well. Getting to do defensive work. He's an absolute brilliant player. He's going to be He's already totting up the numbers playing for Arsenal, but now he gets his chance here. Who knows where he can go?
6 cap tonight for Bukayo Saka, and he's already on the score sheet, scored against Austria in the build-up game. That's a power by Rice on Darida. He plays his football in Germany.
He can play anywhere. Play forward on both sides as well.
His first, and it won't be his last.
It probably wasn't
Polish. Off the ball, he's just
That's probably how they all are.
This
is a Czech team transformed since that 5-0 defeat to England. Yaroslav Šilhavý on the side. Pull that game, their mirror, a chance to look at themselves and study all their flaws. They've not got a sense.
But anything I've seen, he's lovely, he's so nice. He must have been up in that. Nah, don't
Walker has gone bombing on.
That's not that big
To try and find Bukayo Saka, didn't quite get there. Looked into the air by Calvin Phillips. Nice underneath there. Sheik has played in Darida, and then Souček swept it out to Sofao, his West Ham United team. So real danger down that right-hand side, combining with Mazepust, who's on it now, and Stones the cross. England managed to stop the danger from flaring up. They've run down into that left flank position. The player running behind it. Maguire heading the ball away from Mazepin, who's pushing into the ground. This is so far. Walker chesting it back safely to Jordan Pickford.
Then at the Euros 2015 and 2021.
Got to move it quicker now. Walker, loads of space.
And then you managed to
slow it down again.
Phillips was well looking at what was behind him.
There's an opportunity there for Walker just to get the ball out. He's just doing some defending, but
I think
a huge amount of space. If you've got grass in front of you, right into it,
I would have
just commit the players ahead of you. Slow build up.
Big Sam would have done the job. Shut up the back line and all you have to do right now is
Scotland's slightly
have the
different
back line
formation.
and let the top score.
Got to run into space. Bit of
Let them play, man. You know what I mean? Took him 3 games to start Grealish.
Pickford, who's had quite a few animated conversations during the tournament so far.
In the last 3 years,
Harry Kane.
Sanchez got the most goals opens and most goals outside.
Typical from Czech Republic and Thomas Callas. Bristol City centre half. He's 26 caps tonight.
Just popped up for him to win it again. It's just that elbow, the left one just across the neck of Harry Kane.
Kane's still slowly getting back to his feet.
100 mil with Jesus. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Obviously, Levy won't take it.
That's a great
To
deal.
have a shot on target at Euro 2020, but backed by his manager as the most important player in England have had
He's getting swallowed up into your little bit.
in the last few
And
years.
if you lose game,
Regular supply of goals,
you go from
34 of them in 56 caps before tonight.
you're not doing nothing.
So management.
England do like a set piece routine.
They don't even know. I think they've tried.
I'm sure he's going to toss this one in.
Set a record with the club, but the manager wasn't going to say. They've gone through like
Heading towards John Stones, the far post, who loops his head goalwards, but it was well wide of the target.
It's a decent ball, for sure. Not too high. Got a bit of pace on it.
Luxury, yeah. And they've been asked to go to
Cross the 6-yard box.
My brother.
Because you're getting chauffeured in the bus, isn't it? Yeah.
But this is why, yeah.
So that, to be honest.
Vladimir Dalida
West Ham player.
pointed out in the press conference yesterday that he got the two sides actually punching in direction since the qualification phase when they were paired in the
I
same
agree.
group. I'm sure that was quite accurate, but warned his team would pick up the pace and wouldn't be passive this evening.
Pet City, Pet City was joking.
He was on top. He was giving I was getting onto the whole time.
England had the best chance. Raheem Sterling in the first couple of moments of the match. Saka has made a run.
Long ball.
I would have started.
Body down, back on the edge of the box. This is the chance for Sterling. Once he gets in that position, gets there before the keeper. He's a little bit unlucky to be
Yeah, I
fair.
mean, to be honest with you, you need
Keeper's in absolute no one's
First choice for his country, Tom Sterling, but he's been back up at Sevilla for a little while now. His contract has not been renewed at the end of this campaign. I watched the game against Croatia back the other day and noticed that his kicking is great, and when he's under pressure, he gets himself into a few tight spots. This guy gets himself out of the tight spots. Finding Phillips. Back into the play, Saka once again. Twisting and turning, producing a cross which is too heavy, but it's kept alive by Grealish. Back to Grealish once again. Looking to tease the Czech defence. Does it? And he's
Grealish assist, come on! Come on! Yeah? He's only got to score. You want 3-0. Come on! He's only got to score. That's what I'm saying.
What's the two new boys? Selling breaks the lines. Maximally midfield, he breaks that eventually.
I'm sorry, Southgate.
Comes over to this left hand side. We've been asking for him to play. He created the magic. Jack Grealish delivers from a crossing point of view. Takes players off, hits players into the space, not to fall on it. Raheem Sterling, far post. Miss one, gets the second one.
Boom, scale. Yeah, the top one. Got number 10.
Raheem Sterling wheels away in celebration. I've been a little deflection because it came through. Raheem Sterling is on the
4-2-3-1. And when you're doing that and you're being marked by somebody, you've got to break that line, and Saka does that on the halfway line. That's where the move started.
Czech Republic looking to respond. Yanto looking to try and curl it goalwards. It's blocked by Grealish. So far, Derrida. Chaluska. It's a decent ball towards the far post, and Sheik was rising, but it's away by England. We wanted a fresh, upbeat, high-tempo start, and England have taken just 12 minutes to get in front.
Well, the ball falls to Jack Grealish on his left-hand side. The two defenders double up on him, and you kind of know where he's going to go. But you can't go early as a defender. You've got to wait for him to move the ball. As soon as he does that, so quick with his feet, gets the cross away. A little flick on the cross that just lifts it a little bit higher to that far post. Great blocking in from that right-hand side from Sterling.
So good. Yeah.
So look like that means for the table in Group D. England would go top of the group if the result stays like this. It is still goalless in the game at Hampden Park between Scotland and Croatia. As soon as there's any action there, we'll bring it to you here. Saka trying to give Bourgil more problems. Walker is following it on one stick. Shaw is up there too, and he's found Grealish. And he's got another foul.
Well, I'll give some credit to Kyle Walker, 40-yard closing down. Shaw thought he's going on this left-hand side. He put the press on, win the ball back again. Grealish on the ground, but we'll take that.
Came off the bench and won more fouls than anybody else on Friday night. He's won a few already. Saka is taking charge of this England set. He's 20 until November.
You killed me that one.
Comes off the first it's an England corner.
Yeah, not his best free kick, but he scored from this corner. He'll probably claim an assist.
Where's Saka?
He's a bright button, this Bukayo Saka. He's a straight A-star grade student at GCSE level.
Representing England.
Coaches love working with him.
So you can play that.
It's short towards the far post. Saka again. Still Bukayo Saka. And he's taken to his feet by the referee, who's saying that that was simulation. As the Czech Republic break, England get numbers back quickly. Saka is protesting his innocence to the referee, who is from Portugal. Arthur Suarez Diaz.
That's a big goal. That's a foul.
I mean, luckily he's not booked in for simulation because it wasn't. He's definitely put his foot in. Everybody saw that from the referee.
So Czech trying to get it full. Still. Saka had every right to be disgruntled, but he's made a positive start, a positive contribution so far.
There's definitely a different energy about this England side tonight, there's no doubt about it.
Shaw is giving away a free kick on this near side.
It was litty, to be fair, because
so far.
It was in Inverness, and there was quite a lot of people around and the shooting was really quite.
Czech Republic half dangerous at set pieces. England will have to be alert. The Czechs 13 goals in qualifying came via that route, and they have been affected from them in this tournament.
There's nothing else to do.
And just making space in that danger area.
Yanto, Darida, in space to try and get a shot away, shut down by Saka. Might have been a foul on the edge of the area. Play on, says the referee. It goes out eventually. Borgil winning the throw. She thought that he been fouled by Harry Maguire on the edge of the area. And the Czechs again, this time giving away a foul. Now you might wonder why there were cheers behind the England goal. This could be the reason. Croatia have scored at Hampden Park. They lead by a goal to nil. Nikola Vlasic, formerly of Everton, with the finish low underneath David Marshall.
There's a little flick of Sifal's shin, just lifted it up over everybody. Saka thought he had an easy header and over his head. That man couldn't wait.
Doesn't really do much to alter the standings in the group, that Croatia goal. They will go up into third position and will have every chance, but they will qualify for the knockout stages should they finish with 4 points in third position as it stands. Yanto running into the England penalty area, almost unchallenged.
I still think
It's backed up a little bit. Two defenders around him, just letting him feed it out to the left-hand side.
1-0 all the way, yeah. I'm just. And they drew, they still, yeah, they drew.
Carried up. Saka away.
Come up winners, if we win this game, the next game is going to be a big one.
So far.
Basically,
Thomas Souček, well known. He played a little higher up in the game at Hampden Park on Friday against Croatia. Kane trying to get away. And he played higher up because Hollish came in as the defensive midfield player. And you just saw how effective he can be at the base of the midfield, helping out his defence.
The guys for Jack Grealish, and he's not been more than 5 or 6 yards away from him the whole of this first half.
That's what I'm because he took on Vladimir so far in a game between Aston Villa and West Ham in February. He had a bit of a tussle with him, really. Luke Shaw penalised.
I used to do that one. Somebody running past you, can't get out of the way, ref.
Honest. You've got to defend the free kick. It's flipped towards Mazepus, but it's too close to Jordan Pickford. I knew exactly what was going on there. The Everton goalkeeper made a big save from Stephen O'Donnell on Friday night. Here's Walker charging forward again. England's fullback's not releasing the ball forward quick enough.
They could just slip that right down the outside for Saka. He made a good run, runs into that space all the way up to the halfway line. Keep the move going. It's up to the other players to catch Saka up. The ball was on.
Yeah, come on.
Sure.
To be honest,
Sure.
I don't even talk about that.
He's got to go to short. He's putting him under pressure. Uses that chest. The referee says it was an arm. Might have been offside on the far side.
Yeah. I just need to make more time.
Yeah, it's a good ball. Not too sure he's offside, but again, stretching that back line. Yeah, you do that in the first half an hour, you get a bit more space you get in midfield.
I've got back into it recently.
Every Wednesday night.
Lots of space over on that far side. So far, that's a post. Decent looking cross, chested down by Walker into the arms of Pickford.
That's a dangerous cross, and it's twice now that Walker's been spot on at that far post, quite easy to just wander out of position. Got nobody to mark, you know somebody's behind you, but good defending.
So Czech is coming steaming towards that near post, and it's only fractions away from connecting with that. Saka wriggling through again, still got the ball to fight. Saka. Again, great persistence on the Arsenal man. Sterling. Kane. Kane. Calvin Phillips. Walker joining too. Saka at the far post, Sterling in there. Really just hanging around, lurking with intent. He's got it now. Shaw.
Yeah, there you go. Where are you?
In towards Kane, away by Callas. What to do? So far. 25 minutes in. Brilliant.
What did he do yesterday?
Shaw back to Sterling. Dampen the English enthusiasm.
Long season, but I get you though. Yeah, big man team.
Tonight might just light one or two fires. Saka being selected on that right hand side ahead of others who thought they were going. The pecking order against Kane.
He's tired. Get off the pitch, man. That's a good thing.
Brilliant. He does everything right. I think he's standing forward. Just slipped a little bit. The gap is there. He's leaning away from it to try and bend it in that far corner. Vaslek just gets that glove on it. Superb ball from Maguire. Big chance for Kane.
Another England corner. Shaw to take it. It's a bit too heavy for Maguire to attack. Phillips keeps it moving, and Saka back out to Grealish, probing once more. His ball towards Stones. Chaluska manages to steer it clear. Grealish going back at Mazapus.
Get up.
That's a foul. Well, Jack Grealish and the fans that are down in front of us aren't happy about it.
Well, make you a bit disappointed, but he shouldn't be fouled in there. He's got nowhere to go. Just keep in front of him. As soon as you give him a little tug or a little push in his back, he's going to go down. Let him out there, and this is a Kane. You just expect that back of the net to bulge. Doesn't quite get enough bend on it. It's a decent save from the keeper, but Harry Kane will be disappointed he hasn't hit the net there.
Some very strong wrists from Thomas Vaslik. Sheik. Massapoust. On the overlap is so far. Just hesitated, didn't go as far as maybe we thought he was going to. So Czech. Chaluska. Darida claiming he was held by Maguire. Souček. Effort from distance from Hollis. She's pushed behind and away by flying Jordan Pickford.
Well, it's a good strike from Hollis. I don't know if he's unsighted. He seemed to dive quite late. Pickford. Get two hands on it. It's a good save. And yeah, we'll see it here. Perfect. Going straight into that far corner. Good save.
Played, come on last game. Came on last game.
Yanko with the corner. Nice with the header. Pop off Calvin Phillips. Schick dropped inside the box. Declan Rice not taking any chances. Mayusaka just trying to get out of a tight spot. Mazapus played it against him. Carried out against the chest of Luke Shaw. It's a check corner. One or two check backs inside the stadium. Certainly a little bit different, the atmosphere from Friday night, where there seemed to be more Scottish voices than English ones inside this famous arena. Darida. Near post, there was a big opportunity, and then Souček is stopped by a clutch of England bodies. Darida with another cross, and Maguire gets it away. There was real danger from that set piece.
Harry, you're a bit tired, lad.
He's not much confident about dealing with it.
Harry Kane's job's at that front post area just to make sure he's first man to the ball. But he wasn't on that occasion. They got stuck out.
It mattered against fucking Croatia.
There's no doubt in his quality.
Of course not. He's good. He's the best striker in the world. When he goes City, it's going to be a problem. It is going to be unless we get Haaland in United, get someone else.
Dropping deep, followed by Calvin Phillips of Leeds United. So far, Chalupska, who once had a spell at Sunderland. Some interesting tales to tell about his time under Paolo Di Canio. Saka blocks off the passing lane where Hanas was trying to feed the ball down that left.
More interesting tales of it playing under Roy Keane or something.
That is a partnership there.
Just saying, that's all.
Notice you said that when he's high up away to our right and can't get to Getting harassed by Stones. It looked a little bit heavy-handed from John Stones. Czechs have still got the ball. So far, held up by Raheem Sterling. So Czech takes over. Rice is there. Mazapus looks for Sheik. Close that down.
Good from Phillips. Midfield going with him, making sure that he didn't leave anybody. This is the near post corner. He's doing his job there. We will on the next one. Someone would have told him.
Didn't come around a bit inside the penalty area, didn't it?
Yeah.
Walker with a head. Okay. And Southgate certainly understood that frustration from Friday. We could, he said, be involved in matches nobody cares about. But he reiterated his job was to successfully and professionally steering the tournament group. They've done that already. They want to finish this group stage on a flourish. They want to come back to Wembley. Polish. Pinched by Stones. Taken on by Phillips. Okay. Saka's going. Here is off down that right side at speed. Sterling's waiting in the centre. And slipped towards him. Takes a deflection into the corner.
Really good again. That's what he does. He runs with the ball into areas that drag defenders all the way back. They don't want to go back there. The presence of mind to see Sterling as well. He was in. A good run, Sterling, on this left-hand side.
Australia did have a stuttering end to the season, one goal. His last 16 Manchester City appearances.
For me,
It's been lively again tonight for England. He scored the only goal of the game so far. The only previous goal England managed at the tournament.
Like, you can put Guardiola in there.
Phillips with the corner.
Why do rate from you?
Same foul with the header away.
Rumors I've seen.
England will go back to the goal.
Going for real, I feel like you're going for realistic players in your current situation. Jack Sudden. Yeah.
Not a bad opening 33 minutes of Wembley. Bad opening 33 minutes of Wembley. Croatia, England at the moment going through as group winners from Group D. They will come back here next Tuesday if it stays like this. Declan Rice loops a header forward. Lovely take by Saka. Into Kane. Back towards Saka. Kane wins it back again. Finds Jack Grealish. Skips away from one challenge. Phillips trotting into a challenge. England have got the free kick. The referee took a bit of time, but pulled it back eventually after playing the initial advantage.
Yeah, just trying to play a little 1-2 and it hit the back of the referee's leg. Quite rightly, just doing a challenge drop ball.
That's what happens in the first possession.
Sorry.
PL record fee is 89 million. United to what was it? Couple goals on the weekend, Jen.
Come on.
See what he wants. But like, this is when you know them.
Yeah, that's annoying. Why do they do first name?
Space over on that far side for Borgio to jump into. It's a decent cross. It's a good cross. Back to Souček, and he's just missed the target. Well, Luke Shaw believes that he was the victim of a high foot, but England didn't defend that ball into the box particularly well.
We have to say it was high. He sticks his foot in there. He thinks he's going to get the free kick, and that is inches wide. Souček, it's actually not that high. The ball has gone for the full volley. It was good defending in the end, to be fair to him.
It's good defending from Shaw, but Souček had pulled out to the edge of the area, and the loose ball fell to him, and there wasn't too many bodies around here. Luke Shaw seems to be unscathed by that. Clash with Sampdoria. Everything their own way in this game.
Quite lively at times, but it's so much better going forward.
It's better to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, Gareth will do it. Great few chances. They've got the goal. Move the ball over to the full backs a little bit quicker in my book, but sorry for how it's going so far.
He's run into trouble. Souček. Not quite with his boost. Switching wings and causing England a few issues. This is Phillips onto Saka, who scores a few issues himself.
Yes, come on.
The ball, Grealish.
Come on, it's coming on.
Him like glue. He's got Sterling going outside him. Left for Shaw. The deflection pushed behind by Vashnik at the near post. England's strength when they move the ball at speed is a real one.
Well, he's drive from that midfield area. So far, just getting a touch on it, but it came from that run from Saka again on that right hand side, cuts inside, switch. Right into the box, setting up a chance.
Sizing up a set piece. Picture of their play at the World Cup prize.
Sure, much of it was weight behind Brundage, rolling the ball, he can turn out for the Grealish. And then he's looking for Sterling at the far post. Might come for Grealish. Souček gets there first. Grealish then bumps into Hollish.
He's active.
He's given the thumbs up to Jordan Pickford. Dropping that ball in
He's
beautifully.
always there. He's always somewhere.
Asset of England's game, isn't it? That Jordan Pickford has got the ability to do that.
The two centre backs can just split, just pull players towards him, and that just creates that space in midfield. Best pass around the bottom. Here's Declan Rice bounding forward. He's got Saka for company, but there's lots of space for Bukayo Saka. Kane lurking in the centre. Still Saka. Decent cross away. Chilitska. Grealish with a nice touch. Wobbling reverse into Shaw. A bit more fluidity about England. It's not sticky as it was on Friday night. Different atmosphere, different game. England, Scotland always comes with extra baggage. They're playing with a bit of freedom, maybe afforded to them by the fact that there is a little bit of pressure in the last pressure because they're already through the next stage of the tournament. Handbrake can come off a bit. Scotland worked the back fight really well the other night, and then the protection in front, there was no gaps behind. England couldn't work it out. They pressed up towards them and just played into the Scots' hands. They've worked it out a little bit here. The movement has been good across the pitch, but also swapping positions, making runs behind. This time Walker on the far side, trying to get behind. And Saka's been the drive really. Let's push the Czechs back. Grealish has had his moments as well.
You know, the whole thing.
Certainly Sterling's enjoying it a little bit more.
They'll know that the leaders are standing one. They have to win the group.
So I've got two phones between
Second. James Arnold to Sterling.
ordering your phone on
And again, Raheem Sterling. Running at massive push. Phillips. This is Walker. Went to whip it in, then hesitated. Now runs at Yanto. And wins another ball.
Well, he wins a corner. I'm not sure why he's not up in the first time. How do you think? Harry Kane in the middle, one of the best strikers in the world football. The ball is coming into him. Right here, the boys talked about those crosses in the 3-day show. Time, just knock it in the end, takes the touch, and then gets closed down.
Instructions. Conspiring with Harry Kane and Harry Maguire. Phillips delivery. Underway by Chilitska.
Check up one more time.
Sure.
They're doing well.
It's made in the
So far, they have.
Shilhabi's chat yesterday, the coach, when he said they had check for Harry Kane with two men. Close contacts on him. He's had one great opportunity in this first half. Kane goes to his right. Still Harry Kane! The offside flag was up anyway. Harry Sterling already knew that. Let's have the Hampden Park pitch on for Scotland. Steve Clark men back in the game, equalised. Callum McGregor.
Yeah,
McGregor from the edge of the box. Hampden go wild.
Come on,
Scotland know that they need to win this game. They are back on terms at Hampden Park.
Bro, do you remember Squeaks?
the voice is excited. I think he was just excited to get away from you after Friday night. And they've got a chance, haven't they, Scotland? And I think that's all really they wanted going into the final group game. They know that they need to rack up 4 points to go through. If they do that, they will be playing football next week in the European Championships. And after 23 years of not being in the major tournament arena, they are certainly still here. There's the group table as it looks, with England going through first place, the Czechs second at present. And Croatia and Scotland both go out because 2 points is not going to be enough to take them through in third position. But if Scotland were to get one more goal, that picture would change again. We'll continue to keep you updated here. There's one more goal for the Czech Republic and that picture would change as far as England are concerned. They want to win the group because they want to play here in front of 45,000 next week. Grealish has got another one.
Back to the Achilles, isn't it?
What was you going to say, Lars? What are you doing this weekend?
Rekindling his relationship with them so far.
That's what Captain deal with it.
I said deal on that deal.
So she's got to deal with it.
What am I saying? So Friday night, unless you got Liam.
No added time. England are halfway up the road to Wembley. If they're going to play one of the big hitters in the last 16, then they are determined to do so here. A win will give them that, and thanks to Raheem Sterling, a big contribution from Bukayo Saka in that first half. They are in front at the break. Analysis on the way with Mark Hugach, Gary Neville, Roy King, and Ian Ryan at half time. It's England 1, Czech Republic 0.
Three drinks like it.
Nah, I've got to go some further. I need to tell you,
For Euro 2020 is sponsored by Volkswagen.
it was a year.
Things come, except this is forward the Who the hell are you? He's dangerous, and you need to do something.
This was ITV.
Yeah, that's live.
Yeah,
Yeah. When we bought it, they said. We
I can die.
heart attack.
Oh, that's not hot. What?
Came downstairs. Came downstairs. Like throwing up. Resuscitating.
This summer, you're not just connected to the lines. With Vodafone, they're right here with you. Connected, united, unlimited.
No, you know what I mean though, like
What if there's a better way to buy your next car? Just visit Consumer and pick up what you love. All our cars pass a thorough 300-point inspection. We show you every detail, so you'll know exactly what you're getting. And every car comes with a guarantee.
I was a bit on the scene.
You know what I mean, fam? Giving you a whole week to
I'm sorry.
quality cars.
They came to
Yes,
you.
you can.
You have a heart attack, yeah? Listen, if you're not getting
The new barbecue bacon pack from McDonald's.
it's long, but I think it's a one time thing. You're not even about the first day training you in here. Looks like a vet. That's what you think about it. By the time they got there, and they got there quick, minimum, I'll be like 8. Obviously, I'll be that on you. I'll bring it on the seat.
Every day in our July draw, your side starts with a £30,000 win.
Did you know that your nose gets used to the odours in your home? That's right, you go. But others smell this, and this.
They come out of nowhere.
Luckily, there's the Breeze Revolution plug-in. It eliminates lingering odours. And it's the only air freshener that continuously alternates between 3 complementary scents. So you don't go nose blind and keep smelling the freshness for up to 90 days. Febreze, happy.
Yeah, he's only 1.5 bit. But he's only 8. When we got him, he was young.
Volkswagen is helping install electric charging points at 400 Tesco stores. They're free for everyone. Even the car brands we'd rather not show.
Oh, tonight? No. But on the weekend, at some stage.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by Just Eat. Back to British once again. With the team, Czech Republic does that. He's heading and once again it's provided by Raheem Sterling.
England 1 up at half-time, much more positive tonight in, and the goal, one of England's new boys, started it deep inside his own half.
Saka, my guy. You know, everybody at Arsenal knows that Saka is burdened with glorious fame.
That's actually
What he's going to do, you know he's going to get the ball, you know he's going to try and go. I mean, this is what he's doing against Arsenal all season. You know, he's getting on by being positive, going at people, making things happen. And that's exactly what England needed today. It's fantastic. Delighted.
And then Grealish gets involved at the other end.
Well, you know, but I think between him, Raheem Sterling and Grealish, they've been magnificent, run and ragged.
Absolutely. That 3 behind Harry Kane have been absolutely brilliant. They've moved. Sterling's gone more central. Jack Grealish has come out to the left. Saka's been just a breath of fresh air. And they look like they're enjoying themselves. And that was the thing about the performance on Friday they didn't do. And Jack Grealish eventually comes out to him. And I always used to think as a right back, you want to stop him coming in his right foot because you think he's going to shoot, but the best player's going to go outside as well. And he delivers an absolutely perfect cross. The movement across takes the runner away. Raheem Sterling, there's rotation in that 3 behind Harry Kane. That goal just summed it up.
It's a reminder that football is a simple game. You get the ball forward quickly to your attacking players. You can beat a man, make something happen, get some crosses and get bodies in the box, and fully deserved.
It's really interesting from being up here. Such a good view, isn't it, for all of you who are coaches, to see the movement of the front 3. And Grealish is literally sometimes going from one touchline to the other, looking for pockets of space.
That's what good players do. They obviously good movement. They affect the game, and we've seen it. What they brought, what we didn't see the United, there's plenty of energy. They've obviously got that quality as well.
I think you've got to look at some Harry Maguire as well. His distribution from where he is. They've got quite a high line. They're not putting a lot of pressure on any, like the midfield or Harry Maguire. We're able to really penetrate them.
And we can see Grealish and Saka a lot of the time trying to get on the ball, trying to find those pockets of space with good close control and driving in the defence as well.
Honestly, the confidence. You think of the fact that it's their first start in a major tournament, Saka 19, but they're fearless. absolutely fearless. And it's what England fans want to see. Taking the ball, taking people on, committing defenders, winning free kicks. And like you say, you've got that foundation with Stones, Maguire, Phillips and Rice. And no one's complaining about that tonight because you've got that three in front of them that are really alive and alert.
And what we're seeing, they do this every week. You got to give these players credit. Okay, there's question mark, can they do it international level? Good movement, stretching, and that's what the game's about. Just stretching, people running. And look at the Czech team; they're facing the goal quite a lot, especially when Jack gets it and Sterling. Excellent, but you know they've had some scary moments. You feel there's something need another goal.
It seems to be giving Harry Kane a little bit of a lease of life, doesn't it? All that energy that is behind him and his ability, as we saw last season with Tottenham, to move around fluidly.
Well, this pass from Harry Maguire is just magnificent. Look at that. Too much time on it. It's quality pass. And here, you wouldn't really expect it. People are thinking he should have squared it. It'd have been difficult for him to square it the first time, I think, to Raheem Sterling. I think he kind of runs a little bit offside, but we're talking about a striker who needs a goal, wants a goal. In this situation, you fancy him. And the goalkeeper's made a great save. Goalkeeper's made a great save.
To see the frustration. He's dumping the ground with frustration, Harry Kane. He's so desperate for the goal.
Look, you said before the game, would he be affected by the last couple of games? He's absolutely not. He's methodical. That's what he does. Touch and hit, and the goals will come.
Before the second half gets underway, a chance to win £40,000 and tickets to the final here at Wembley. Here's your chance to win a huge £40,000 and tickets to the UEFA Euro 2020 final. Yes, courtesy of Just Eat, you and 3 pals could be coming to London to watch the final live at Wembley Stadium on the 11th of July. Don't forget about that £40,000 in tax-free cash that's also thrown in. For your chance to win, just go to the website. Entries cost £2. Text footy to 80900. Text cost £2 plus your standard network rate message. Or post your name and number to Euro 21, PO Box 7558, Derby DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. SMS and online entry closes 10 AM Wednesday the 30th of June, and entrance must be contactable on Monday the 5th of July and 2 working days after. Good luck.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by Volkswagen.
England get talking.
There you go.
Here's what you said last month. It's about to be a champion.
Can I have a taste of your ice cream? Can I lift the crumbs from your table? Can you hear the people behind me? Go, mind your own business. Why don't you mind your own business?
Pork bow, lamb danzac, chicken taco, with quattro stagione, with Calabrian pepperoni, with prawn Szechuan, with keema naan. We're England until we dine, with St George head to toe, before that doorbell goes. We're brioche bun, wagyu beef, and mental cheese. England! Our hearts are England crazy, our mouths are more jalfrezi. We're partisan, we're parmesan, we're England till we dine.
Deliveroo.
You can have fish and chips and all.
Hi, I'm me today, and I'm him tomorrow. I've been thinking about sorting out my money for tomorrow. Thinking ahead, if I'm honest, none of this crossed my mind yesterday. So today, I set up a savings account from NatWest. So in a few months' time, I'll be on my way to finally sorting this room out. Camel or sand? Sand. And 12 months.
We're going open plan.
NatWest. Tomorrow begins today. Through, and a new path lies open ahead. It's all about having the power, technology, and style to breeze through and live those perfect moments in the beautiful storm called life. All new Nissan Qashqai, electrified with mild hybrid power. Get exclusive deals like 25% off 6 or more bottles of wine with your Tesco Club card or app. The power to lower prices.
Lisa?
Busy, we had a VW one, but a newer one, it's not old school.
England get talking.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by Just Eat.
England are one up, but they've got to be careful because the Czechs have had a few near misses. Pickford's had to be sharp. The defence has held firm. And the West Ham player Souček had the best chance for the Czechs just before half-time. I think we all thought that was going in, Roy.
Yeah, he probably should have scored. We were praising him before the game. Always got a goal in his locker. If he hits a target, it's a goal there. So they've looked dangerous, certainly, and this game is far from over.
It's always the thing about a one-goal lead. It could change so quickly, Gary.
Absolutely. The Czechs have responded well to going a goal down. I think it's critical for England that they keep those clean sheets. I think that that's going to be the bedrock of how they're going to do well in this tournament. I think that people thought before the tournament the defence was the weakness. So keeping that goal out is really important. And they were scrambling around a little bit at times.
Yeah.
Certainly Souček there. You expected the net to bulge, didn't you?
At least at the time, especially the form he's been in this season. But like saying that, Jordan Pickford's made a couple of good saves. He looked very calm today, which is that makes me feel good.
Yeah. Just remember that England will win the group if they win this game. A draw would mean that they finish second. So just to remind you of that. And what is going on at Hampden, where it's 1-1. Vlasic, once of Everton, put Croatia in front. Callum McGregor equalised, but Scotland, as the table will tell you, need to win to qualify. And were the Czechs to equalise here, then of course the Czechs will be back on top, and England would be second. So we've still got that sense of jeopardy, which everybody wants.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. What we need to do is focus and try to get that next goal and get everybody calm down a bit, and then you can start enjoying it.
More of the same, you'd say. There's nothing else to say at half-time, is there, for Gareth Southgate?
No, keep going and keep doing what you're doing. But England have messed this up in the past, whereby we've tried to be clever in group games, thinking about who we're going to play next, where we're going to play next. Oh, Jordan Henderson's coming. That's interesting.
Well, presumably for one of Rice or Phillips, you'd have to imagine, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would have thought so. And maybe Jordan, the position they're in, Gareth will be desperate for Jordan to get some minutes under his belt. Yeah.
Well, that looks like that's Phillips there, so he's coming on. Okay, Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface have got the best view of all, and I'm sure communication with various people to tell us what the change is all about, Sam.
We know that Henderson is coming on. We're also going to have a Czech change as well. Sevčík, the snubby Prague midfielder, is about to enter the fray for the Czech Republic. Only Hungary and Ukraine produced fewer crosses than England in the first two rounds of matches, but it was certainly evident in that first half that England had upped the output in that zone. The Czech change sees Janto come off and Sevčík come on. And Declan Rice is the man who's been replaced by Gareth Southgate for Jordan Henderson at half-time. Gary raised an interesting question at the break about the defence. England are looking to keep clean sheets in every group stage match in a major tournament for the third time. They also did so at the 1966 World Cup and in the second group stage of the 1982 World Cup. Though I'm reliably informed that it was slightly truncated. Apparently second group stages at World Cup were a thing back in 1982. But a solid defence is incredibly important. Harry Maguire has played his part in that over the course of the last few years, but they've managed to keep a lot of clean sheets without him recently as well. I mentioned it on Friday night that a lot of the scorelines that England produced recently are 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0.
Good habit to get into, that is. It's nice to see Henderson out there getting some minutes.
Yeah, that last one there.
Underway in the second half.
Come on, England.
Goals against England don't come easy. They've only conceded once in their last 8 games, and that was a mistake. Winning Poland an equaliser here. If they keep a clean sheet in the second half, they will top the group and go through to the last 16 as group winners, and we'll play here on Tuesday next week. Those two changes we've already brought you are the only two at the start of a second half, which is being played out in front of 22,500 here at Wembley tonight. That capacity is going to go up to 45,000 next week. And then for the semi-finals, which at the moment are still a little while away, it will be up to 60,000, it was confirmed today, and that will be one hell of an atmosphere. So first.
The same picture, like
against a team that have so far impressed at this tournament. TV numbers in the Czech Republic doubled after the Scotland game.
He must have some backup plan.
Huge by their national team showing against the Scots.
You want to give me more of that, because I'm going to do more of that.
This is Sterling.
Want to apply, yeah?
Phillips. Now Sterling again. Jordan Henderson.
Nah, Fred, ladder.
His only other appearance in the last 4 months was in the game against Romania when he came off the bench. It's the penalty in that game. I don't think he'll be taking them, should England get one tonight.
They're all white ready, isn't it? So the white, black edition.
That's a twist. Space down that left hand side with Shevchik to try and run into, but John Stones read it, covered the ground.
I don't forget truck as well, innit?
Entirely from England. The assistant over on the far side suggested it went out before Colwood could clear it.
You can see from there. He's got 2 punches to go past. Didn't look out from here. Well spotted, Lionel.
You haven't got any place to look through.
He's had a guess there. He can't possibly see that from that far side. Anyway, he got it right.
England were defending to do at the beginning of the second. Saka's just come running back. Keep an eye on Shevchik. Follows as a twist out here. Darida is on the wrong end of a little bit of physical attention from Bukayo Saka. The referee has allowed play off.
Yeah, he just caught him. He got caught out a little bit there, that short corner. Saka just trying to close the cross down and just follow through a little bit. Didn't look like there was any malice, but he's got to stick his foot up. He's got a challenge for that.
Wasn't given by the referee. England will get the ball back after kicking it out so that Darida can receive a bit of treatment. He covers a lot of ground, Darida.
Yeah.
Plays for Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga. Not the greatest of seasons this campaign. England had a spell just after half time in the Scotland game where they picked up the pace a little bit. They want to continue that rhythm that they found in the first half and not let the game drift. Saka has been a real live wire. Let's just decided to give him a bit of attention now. Kane. Henderson had broke forward. Sterling's made a run. Back on Harry Kane was stretching for it, couldn't quite reach it. 1-0. So far, Matty.
Nah, I just clocked, yeah. That doesn't make sense. He goes, shit, second half masterclass. I went, Bell masterclass. I realised that Wells not playing it, Leo.
Grealish waiting in the centre. Henderson delivers the ball. It's a bit behind Grealish. Calvin Phillips.
Wells have got Denmark.
Sterling.
So Fred's gone, shit, masterclass coming. And I've gone, Bell masterclass.
Yeah. Probing balls behind the back line, down the corners as well. Really got Harry Kane in there.
Driving in from that left side. Find Sterling, I think, straight offside.
Czech Republic finished behind England in qualifying, but they were promoted to League A after a solid Nations League campaign. Expectation coming into the tournament wasn't too high. They lost to Wales in March, but they thrashed Estonia. And they've drawn Belgium too. Got dismantled by Italy in a pre-tournament game, but there were reasons behind that. The game with Belgium was a terrific performance, really. I think Roberto Martinez came away from that thinking Belgium were quite lucky they escaped with a draw. Czech Republic are no walkovers. It was certainly evident in that first 45 minutes. There were moments to worry about the guys Southgate.
Man's got a great suit and all that. Man's got that stick on, but yeah, but I see just older. Stress that city, yeah, slightly. Now man's in it. I'm getting ready. I only worked 3 months of the year. Yeah, talking his first language. Sunshine. That's my sources. When's your?
Good scat. Polish. Subject. So far, one was Sheik. Another space for Sobchak waiting in the centre. A bit too much time to come back to him. Saka is there to stop him from reaching on the edge of the box.
Let's not sit in against Czech.
Bonjour, who'd come running up from left back. Is another piece of evidence to justify the comment that the Czechs aren't finished yet.
Now, another bit of evidence to show that Saka knows his job. Kyle Walker getting dragged into the box there, and he knows he's got to follow his man, and he ended up playing right back. Again, great awareness from the young man.
What time of living is doing?
Quick feed from Patrick Sheik to the tight spot. Trying to move it quickly. Sometimes they've looked very threatening on the counter attack, haven't they? That's been a feature of their game before. Especially with Sterling and Saka in the team, they have that pace.
It's a ground if you don't use it. You've got Sterling, as you say, Saka with that ability to drive up the pitch as soon as you get in the defensive end. You can hit right shirt 30 yards in front of you. Why wouldn't you?
It has to be. Even if it's like 15 minutes. Okay.
We've got faces on some of those supporting the Czech Republic. Sterling trying to make it worse. Borja just about gets there ahead of Raheem Sterling. It was a good long kick upfield, direct from him, looking to flick on, which Harry Kane managed to connect with. Sterling was chasing after it.
I'd rather go out to try and win that game. Yeah, he's a poor manager.
Gareth Southgate was talking in the build-up to the Scotland game about not being football snobs and sometimes having to use that route to open teams up. At times, that quick release from Jordan Pickford has put the brightness on the Czech Republic. Gary made a good point at half time about nobody's mentioning the two holding midfield players tonight at all. Because they're doing a job they normally do, but because that creativity and that movement is there further up the pitch, it takes the eye. I think that one went out too. A little bit easier to see.
You would give the best speech in history of the man that would literally, in your language, rally the troops, galvanize the man. If you got to say, and the guys will go, guys, at the back, you can all do this. I don't care what the message is here.
What he's doing to Borgia though is just making him think about his job.
That's my manager.
And he goes tight, he gets behind. He's got such a good feet.
Bielsa,
making the forget think about his game. You do that, they're halfway there. When the defenders are just going through the motions because you're not giving them any problems, that's when it becomes easy.
Big man thing, yeah. If it was, you know, the data, the baby, and the media yeah. I don't think it's about to be great, but you can give him upside. Get me? Yeah, nah. Hello, being in the manager. Yeah.
Did he actually say that? Did he actually say that?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
The corner, turn England back line. Hesitate, then went again. He had Carl Walker come to his aid. Walker was always in control of that. It was just a little bit uneasy, he didn't need to be. The play after Sterling. Carl Walker insists that despite the fact that he is the oldest player in the England squad, he's still the fastest. So he's quite happy to go up against anyone in a foot race. It's Grealish. It's short from Sterling to Calvin Phillips. That caused him an issue. Calvin Phillips right back down there, and that's going to be a check for a kick. He hasn't done much around Sterling. He's been pretty much on his game, sloppy past there. That's the thing about his goal. 12th minute of the game. Fans just trying to raise the level of noise inside the stadium again, just trying to amp up their team. There was also a tricky situation for the play. He's only just got over the nightmares he had in the aftermath of the Slavia Prague Arsenal game. I wonder whether or not tonight he'll have a few sleepless moments thinking about the Gary Sapka.
Literally 2 DMs.
Give 1-4 man.
The booming ball by Pickford. The offside flag went up. Maybe a little bit early because that was then played by a Czech Republic defender.
Did the other update?
Here's another change for the Czech Republic. Alex Král is about to come on. Coming to the midfield. Wearing 21, you just saw him in your picture. Adam Lojlek is also coming on. Young, incredibly gifted and a real wild card. We're expected to test that England back line with half an hour still remaining. Bruce finding Borgia. Bit of space on the far side for Vladimir so far. Deep cross towards the far post. Pickford comes and punches. Henderson's got to get there. And he does. Kane looks a little bit isolated, but he has the ball. And he's won England a throw.
Deep cross. Bit of an angle on it. Decides to come early. Just gets his feet a little bit caught up. Probably could have caught that, but I think he was expecting a challenge from behind.
Nah, but slightly though. So listen, Angela's gone. I'll watch United on the daily. Name me one game Fernandes has played against 18. I'll watch it. Flash response.
He will be absent for the last 16 games that the Czech Republic have to play.
Well, he doesn't get time in the first place. If you're not going to get there, you might as well drop off. And he just decides to try and close him down in the end.
What did he say 5 minutes ago?
Absolutely a yellow card.
Nah, but he's talking shit though.
This is the next match, which at the moment looks as if it's going to take place for Yaroslav Shilhabi's team in Copenhagen.
The latest 65. Sure.
England set piece. Saka to take it. It's a deep one towards that flag up in the middle, which will stop England from being gifted a corner.
Sterling goes really early and not involved in it.
Yeah, just go ahead. Because the joke is, yeah, a lot of men claim to get after this
Saka. Stones gets a bump in the back as well. Ready. It's taken quickly by the Czech Republic, and Mazepus trying to take advantage of England not being quite set. Polish away from Henderson. Czech. So foul into Darida. Czech's about to make a double substitution. Maguire goes wiring in on the edge of the area, but the referee says play on.
Just lost a little bit of control there in the middle of the park. Stopped running behind.
Polish is down over on the far side. I'll explain to you what that cheer that you've heard in South Wembley is all about. It's happened at Hampden Park. Bad news for Scotland. Croatia have taken a 2-1 lead. The ball comes out to the edge of the box, and there is Luka Modric. Who else? A beautiful curling finish. And Croatia lead by 2-1 at Hampden. And this is the way the table looks as a result of that. Scotland will be out. Croatia will join the Czech Republic and England in the next phase as one of the best third place teams. Polish is back to his feet. Frol about to come on. Logic also entering the fray. Darida is finished for the night.
But I named 2 Johnnies. I said your best. Who's the other guy?
Mazepust is also leaving the stage. Might be with an eye on keeping him protected for the next stage, because he's another one that's on a yellow card.
You know what? I read that one. I don't read that one. I told the man then about Isaac.
England are going to roll the dice as well. Jude Bellingham and Marcus Rashford going through their final instructions over on the far touchline.
It's good to see them getting minutes. Put a bit of life into this England side in this second half. Quite quiet. Certainly Grealish hasn't had much of the ball at all in the second half. The tempo has just dropped off.
Yeah, like, you know what's playing like he's like 22?
In all games, though, you're going to come across the opposition who have good spells, and certainly the Czechs are having a little bit of a burst in energy, and passing's improved a little bit.
Here he is.
There is Marcus Rashford to turn the tide. Graham Jones, part of the England coaching staff now on loan from Newcastle effectively. Just going through a few details with Jude Bellingham. Maguire looking to pick out Saka, but misfiring. That's a little wriggle from Saka again. Grealish allows it to run across his body. Sterling and Shaw over on that far side. That's going to be a free kick.
Terrible ball there, really short. Just invited the full back in. Stick his foot in. Sterling saw it coming, couldn't avoid it.
He's a tough character, is Vladimir. So far. Joined Thomas Souček at West Ham after a successful time in Prague. He's fast, dynamic, he's a real winner. Very popular at West Ham as well. And sometimes he's found taking the number 68 bus home from work. England's changes are taking place now, and Raheem Sterling is going off behind the goal, having given England the lead. His night's work is done.
Yeah, he's had a good night as well. Front three behind.
Hi, Paula.
Didn't see that first half. He just dropped off the energy in the second half.
Make sure you subscribe.
The test for Rashford now, just to come on and try and impose himself onto this game and just remind the manager that he's available for a starting place. He's got a bit of work to do in that front, based on what we've seen tonight.
And the last action for Jack Grealish sum up his contribution as he is replaced by Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, he did what we thought he would do. He'd had that spark with the three of them, as I said, behind Kane. I think he's played very well in that first half. Has he done enough for the next game to be a starter?
Saka's done a great goal. It was a pushing back on Stones, and Maguire, in fact, it was who went down. Stones has come out to this near side to rescue the ball. VAR might have a look at that. It's all been very light touch as far as VAR is concerned for most of this tournament. Maguire was certainly screaming that he was pushed in the back on that set piece from Saka.
I have to say from here I wasn't convinced, but just, we're 50 yards away. He was certainly convinced.
That's the worst thing. 5 seconds. We're not getting past.
Well, you wonder whether or not Jack Grealish has been taken off with.
He's coming nowhere near home yet. You're fucking switch, mate. He's definitely coming home.
Change the system a bit.
Now coming on.
Was it?
No, we've drawn out the hat here. She said, no, thank you.
But me and Beth will watch the episode.
It's ahead of his marker. It's just a little arm, hand in the back.
Beth was crying. That sweepstakes actually a joke.
Yeah. The World European Cup final, the Euros final, I won that one, but it's quite difficult to argue a case for that.
Like episode 5 with the ratings. Every time you get shaken, it's hilarious.
Previous 2 matches, Souček trying to split it out to so far. This is Rashford trying to get away. Crop.
There's a bit of pressure on Rashford. Sancho, certainly Saka's coming ahead of him. They're given, it looks like nearly a full game, certainly the best part of the game to show what he can do.
What do you like?
He's got what resources going to Southgate. He has been reluctant to dip into those, warming his bench. No manager at Euro 2020 has made fewer substitutions for today than him. He's made 3 already, let's have 5 available.
You better celebrate if you top 4. You Arsenal for. That's all you've got to your name.
He does need to manage out the last 20 minutes of this game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
England win, they play at Wembley. England concede a goal.
I'll hear it from Chelsea. Champions League.
And they're off to Copenhagen.
I'll hear it from Liverpool, and I hear it from City. Yeah, man, I'm not in that category.
Don't forget the other European League Super Club.
That's what I'm saying. United are the same bracket as Spurs for me. Top 4 with Dele Alli in the same bracket.
Saka's made a run. Might get in behind here. Didn't quite bounce for him. Sent forward by Calvin Phillips. Just explain that little change, that tactical change that England have made in the midfield.
Well, they've just gone to a 3 in midfield and the 3 up top with the 10. Has disappeared. I think they were just playing ahead with Jordan Henderson just ahead of Phillips. And Phillips, we know what he does for Leeds with those long raking balls. He's a playmaker. Just sitting in front of the back 4 now.
Czech Republic want to finish first in the group. They woke up this morning to the front page headlines in their sports daily in Prague that clamoured for them to play a historic game in an historic stadium. Wembley still has a pull. They wanted to play here in the next round too. But at the moment, that's going to be the reserve of England. Henderson. Okay. Saka stretching for it. Mine by Chilutska. Now Stones. Maguire. Stones bringing the ball out. Running through gaps, still going. Might come for Kane. Just trying to force the issue. And trying to get back to stop Souček going forward. And his combination with Walker has done that. Kane. Walker. He's made a great run down that right side. And Walker, instead of popping it down the flank to him, has come back inside. Maguire taking matters into his own hands. Towards Jude Bellingham. And, well, there was certainly a collision, nothing more than that. And it's out for a corner.
Hollis just doing enough with the foot in that deep run. See Bellingham going past him there, and he ends up making up for his mistake. The midfielder and just getting a toe in.
It's what Harry Maguire can do, though, isn't it, Lee? You know, that's what his return brings. Driving run from the back with the ball at his feet. Shaw's delivery. We'll bring it back again. Loose touch from Marcus Rashford.
You come on.
Stones out on the right wing. Position now as the Czechs try to go on the offensive. Logic on to Kraft. It's a corner.
Just a bit ragged now, England. Players wandering out of positions and trying to make things happen. Need to force again.
Yeah, let man know, man. Let man know,
for the Czech Republic, and off goes Sheik. Along comes Pickard. Pickard with Leslie Walsall. There's a like-for-like change. Striker who goes straight up to the top of the formation, straight into the thick of the action. Remember how dangerous the Czechs are from these set pieces. We're just checking the quadrant where it is whipped in by Suchik. It's a deep ball headed away by Stones, who managed to get first contact.
Yeah. We got slated to be
England don't want to invite late pressure. Borgia. Too hefty. England are sometimes accused of being pragmatic under Gareth Southgate. It's not a new thing, and it is by design. He and Steve Holland plotted the routes of tournament winners over the last few years and decided that caution and solid defence was the route, even if it doesn't make you popular. France in 2018, Portugal world champions. Bravery can work too. And in that first half, there was a change, a kick, a spark. They need a bit of momentum going into the knockout stages. England are on course to face one of Germany, France, Portugal, maybe Hungary in the last 16 here at Wembley. Kane was almost away from Thomas Callas there. Just nudged it beyond him, and then there was a little bit of contact. Referee said there was no foul.
Loads go tonight, the ref. On both sides. I did quite like that. I like the flowing game. I think he's missed a couple, to be fair.
Socek on the raking ball, trying to unsettle Carl Walker. Scotland have been unsettled. And it looks like their tournament is going to be over. Another goal for Croatia. A glance at the near post from Ivan Perisic. It is 3-1. I don't think there's much way back. Steve Clark and his team. John Stones on. Tyrone Mings on. The England qualification looks confirmed as top spot. If it stays like this, Croatia will be in second because of that extra goal, and the Czechs will go through in third. So they now need a goal to ensure that they get a relatively better draw. It's so difficult to plot your way through what could happen for the third place team. You're unsure as to what you're going to get. Might just give the Czechs a little bit more impetus going into the final 10 minutes.
And England just got to keep the concentration. 11 minutes to go. Goal now against him just takes the gloss off that first half, which was excellent. It's been a different story in the second half. It's been difficult to find that spark again.
There's 3 songs on the bench, and you make any changes.
Step under by Henderson, doesn't quite reach Saka. Walker takes over. That far side. And he was the youngest player ever to play at a European Championship. He came off the bench in the first game. He is a close teammate of Jadon Sancho, who hasn't seen any action so far in the tournament. Bellingham's record actually was eclipsed in the week by Kasper Kozlowski of Poland, so he is no longer the winner of that time. So yeah, very brief accolade for Jude Bellingham. I think there's more accolade to come for him over his career. Were you surprised not to see Jadon Sancho from the start tonight?
Yeah, I guess it could have been anyone, to be honest with you. I think what Gareth's seen in training maybe has just tipped the balance in Saka's favour. I'm pleased, obviously, being Arsenal, that it is Saka. I think he's actually, given Gareth something to think about. I think his performance in that first half was superb. The link-up play, the drive, fallen off in the second half, but the whole team has a little bit. So, but he's certainly given him something to say. Do you know what? He could start. There's no doubt about that.
He's definitely got to come on and make his mark at the next tournament. Jadon Sancho, who did start that 5-0 victory against the Czech Republic in qualifying for this tournament. It was a long time ago now. And a great end to the season at Borussia Dortmund, and the German media in particular were incredibly surprised that he hadn't seen any minutes yet.
Well, you have to say, if he matches club or international level, he'd be a starter every week, because he hasn't done that for England. You have to say, when he's come on, he's not been that much of an impact in the games he's played for me. He needs to do a little bit more. I'm sure Gareth's looking at him in training and thinking why he would be starting. There's a talent, no doubt.
At Wembley, this is a 3-4-0 game. If it's a friendly game, no pressure. Make it a European game now.
Pick for the way.
I guarantee you, this is a
this
friendly.
time. Sobchak, on to Sobchak. Pick up. Danger. And danger averted.
Sobchak's ball, I don't think, was for him to pick up, but he got in the way, and in the end it just fell to his feet. He was trying to put the ball out wide.
Well, he's an A-star pupil. I think it was an A-star. It's a Bukayo Saka, who was replaced by Jadon Sancho for the 47 minutes. I think his manager's pretty happy too.
Absolutely. And he's what he said to Rashford, and he said to Sancho, I'm here to stay. You've got to perform in order to keep me outside. Obviously, we've got Foden to come back as well. It's a bright future for him, that's for sure.
They're taking off their defensive midfielder for the Czech Republic and replaced him with Burnley striker Mate Vidra, who ended the season playing alongside Chris Wood at times for Sean Dyche's Burnley. He has been tossed up top alongside Pekar for the final few moments of this game as the Czech Republic tries to get back on level terms.
Minimal running, simple touch.
At the moment, they're dropping into third position after starting the day at the top of the group. England will be top going into the last 16 and playing here at Wembley. Croatia in second and Scotland going out by virtue of a 3-1 defeat at present at Hampden Park. It's the latest scoreline. Bellingham and Kane getting in each other's way. Bellingham and Kane get it back again. So Czech tries to run away with it, quickly releases the throw. So Czech trying to bound forward, gets the better of Phillips. Trial is possessed by Rashford, Mings. England have to keep their composure and manage the game really well against Croatia when they had a 1-goal lead. Sancho. On to Rashford. Tries to take on Borja. Gets into the penalty area. Pokes it back towards Henderson. Didn't quite reach him. Seb check away. Goes back to Henderson. His first ever England goal has been chalked off for offside.
Well, Sam, I was just going to say, he looked offside to me. And then I looked at the linesman and his flag was down by his side. He didn't want anything to do with it. And all of a sudden, up he went. I'm just going to see here. Just look at Henderson's run. He misses the first one. And there's the touch. And he is offside. Why the linesman can't put his flag up early and say, he might be waiting to see who actually touched him.
Well, the goal is being checked by VAR.
They'll be looking to see who touched the ball.
Did it come off?
Just about to see.
No, the last player. Well, certainly the intent was from Bellingham. The check is over very quickly, and that goal is going to be chalked off. And Henderson, who's still waiting for his first England goal, is one of the only 7 players not to have scored for England but played 50 caps. The wait goes on. He thought he had the perfect opportunity at the Riverside Stadium when he took the penalty off Dominic Calvert-Lewin and then missed it. And then that sensation has been taken away from him too because of an offside flag. And it was the right call.
Well, it was because I had 1-0 in the sweep.
Also, you don't see national and see Italy, Denmark, they'll go come to England,
Bellingham trying to get away.
Maybe the beat,
from the attention to Socha, and the referee spotted the foul.
Not even the words. Half of them the words.
That's Jude Bellingham.
You don't know what's going on.
You might hear that name quite a bit going forward. He is only 17 years of age. Played 46 games for Borussia Dortmund in Germany's top tier this season. He was excellent in the second leg of the Champions League with Manchester City.
Just playing already. With Borussia Dortmund. What education you get at 17 years of age playing in that standard of football. Just astounding.
Oh shit, let me get over the
Told to get up by the referee. Bellingham goes down. Referee happy to let it go again.
You see some.
It's been said before, but so impressed with the refereeing in this tournament. It's been absolutely superb.
I never said it for you. Big man, round it up or down.
England about to go through the group stages with clean sheets in all the matches for the first time since that second group stage in 1982. The only other time they've done it was 1966. Don't get too carried away yet. But it is an 8th game in 9 matches that they've won.
Come on.
Defense. He will need it against France, Portugal, or Germany, maybe even Hungary in the round of 16. England breaking again, looking for Sancho in the centre was Rashford. Henderson. The one thing that maybe was missing at the end of that Croatia game and throughout that, maybe the second half in particular of the Scotland game, was that excitement, that thrill. There's been a bit of that tonight. There's been a bit more of that tonight.
Yeah, it was good watching the first half, wasn't it? Everything we saw was really spot on. The drive, a little bit of energy, the understanding of what everybody was doing on the pitch.
3 minutes of added time.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. They're nah, what derby? What is it done to Edinburgh mean to you? What derby?
Just trying to get his body in front of Tyrone Mings to wire away. To see that he's got 90 minutes off the field.
There was American
Two
dons
extra
that
44 days, Harry
there
retired.
was American dons that went to fourth and allies. England USA is not on the derby. It's just about the water. It's about like what makes it
Sleep well tonight, that's for sure.
Cities that are linked to English.
There's some contention about his inclusion. That's the VAR looking once again at or just showing you what they were looking at. His goal was allowed. Some people who question why should be involved, but actually, if he's now 100% fit, ready to go for the knockout stages, it was the right call. Absolutely, the put him when he's not 100% fit. He'll get fitter as the tournament goes on. Kroll from distance after robbing the ball from England. Missing by some distance as well.
I'm back in Jamaica slapping them.
Not elsewhere.
Yeah, it's not derby, is it?
Later in the tournament. But this is a few smiles on faces.
Well, it's been questioned. People have been saying,
for me, the game had more meaning.
Why is he playing? Why is he in the team, the starting 11? And that's why. He's never let England down. I think dipped in form at club level. He's proved certainly in that first half what threat he is when he's on his game. And three of them, as I said, behind Harry Kane, were on the game in that first half.
England against Northern Ireland.
England about to go through as group winners. Croatia about to go through in second place. Czech Republic about to go through in third place. And Scotland looks like they're going into isolation after all.
Against isolation. Scotland like they're going to isolation afterwards. He's taking a bit, man. He's taking a bit. I don't know who he is.
Scotland.
The Donnies was high
Stood up to a bit of outside pressure. Took points off the board. Will it satisfy everybody? I like the sway Gareth Southgate. Let's be honest, he doesn't do too bad. Does he? 5 years, 57 games, World Cup semi-finals, Nations League semi-finals.
My next one comes going.
Through the group stage without conceding a goal. What side for that? England experienced with a smart victory over the Czech Republic. Their second win of the tournament. First place in the group secured, unbeaten, unbreaked, unruffled. Despite two of their number being put into isolation on the eve of the game. Raheem Sterling's goal has yielded all 3 points. Harry Kane still waits for his first goal of the tournament. But another Wembley fixture awaits. And a date with one of Europe's heavyweights, which will provide a real examination of England's abilities. It's finished at Wembley.
Good, buddy.
England 1, Czech Republic 0.
And that date here at Wembley will be on Tuesday night in the round of 16 against one of France, Germany, Portugal, or possibly Hungary. That's the least likely opponent, Hungary. Probably one of France, Germany, or Portugal. So Tuesday night will be a big night as the knockout stages begin for England on Tuesday. 2 wins, 3 clean sheets, plenty to discuss. We'll get interviews, we'll get reaction, and of course, Roy Keane, Ian Wright, and Gary Neville after this.
You, brackets, world-class team, played by Spurs and are completely outside 5 minutes. Looking like you're sit down.
Yeah, it was going to me. But I just kept hacking me.
UEFA Euro 2020 is sponsored by Volkswagen.
I don't mind people supporting United, yeah.
Watch me what? I'm glad you asked. When it comes to original entertainment, I'm a bit of a heavyweight. So, BritBox, with more great British originals than you can shake a codpiece at. Stream on, my friends. BritBox, home of the great British original.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't win it.
If I should stay, I would only in you with me, and I will always love you.
The Mercedes-Benz online showroom. Search all evaluation.
Play the YouTube.
Sensationally.
Dead game. Boy, is it coming home? That's the question. Let me know, man. Is it coming home? Doubt it.
Search Mercedes-Benz online
Not gonna lie to you.
buy online today.
Southgate, dead gaffer. If you're asking me, it's not coming home. You know what I'm saying? Got to free up my guy Sancho. You started Grealish and that, cool. But you got to free up my guy Sancho. Big up Saka, Arsenal connecting that. Yeah. Love for tuning in anyway, guys. Until next time, innit?
Your face says so much without saying a word.